I don't know if you guys have seen, but Chinese manufacturers have gone viral on TikTok.
For what?
So they're revealing the true costs of luxury goods. Of course, this is almost in your face to Donald Trump and his tariffs. Basically, they are unable now to produce these goods for America. Therefore, they're saying, actually, we are making these things, and to the consumers, you can actually forget the middleman. You can just buy straight from us.
Are they not? I mean, they always brag about made in Italy, made in Spain, made in... Are they in China?
So that's the point of contention. A lot of people saying, are they made in China? Are they made in France? I do know, though, that a finished product can be given a tag even if you add a little element to it. So say, for example, you make a handbag in China, and then I put in the gold clips in South Africa. I can say made in South Africa.
Okay.
Because a portion
just a
of the
section.
good was indeed made in South Africa.
But what this is also brought to light is the mere fact that China is carrying the entire world on its back. Also
100%.
how hardworking Chinese actually are.
And also the fact that they know how to make things that really the rest of the world doesn't.
So what's the deal? Are they saying that they're going to sell bags like these products, or they're going to sell the actual products
Well,
now?
take a listen.
They probably should have took this app away when they had the chance, because the Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse. And right now, the Chinese manufacturers are the best content on TikTok. They said, oh, tariffs, you say. Oh, okay. American people, y'all said y'all like New Balance, Adidas, Nike. Bet. Oh, yeah. The manufacturer is such and such, located at such and such in Guangzhou. They do shipping within this time, and here are the products. I've seen the manufacturers for every brand anybody could possibly think of, from shoes and apparel to beauty products. One of the Chinese manufacturers said, oh yeah, you know how you pay such and such $100 for Chanel beauty products? Well, we only make them for $10.
Imagine.
Listen, I don't know how this tariff thing is going to play out, but the way that the Chinese manufacturers are playing their hand, absolutely well done. Tens across the board.
I'm surprised, right? Because Chinese people generally don't speak out on these things. Like, I mean, we've had luxury goods from the beginning of time. And if Chinese people have been predominantly making the end product, really, but it's got a tag of made in France or made in Italy or whatever it may be, for the first time, we're seeing these manufacturers and these Chinese people come out and speak out.
And I don't think it's limited to just this. So I was speaking to someone who does medication wholesales. So basically what happens is they will find all the raw products and then sell them to companies here. And you think all of these products are different. It turns out that all they're changing is the packaging, the way that they actually encapsulate it. But it's all the same product, and much of it
That's
is
crazy.
actually coming from China.
And what Chinese people have had to deal with for really all of time is derogatory comments regarding their craftsmanship and the goods that they make. Meanwhile, the entire world is actually consuming these goods.
And I also love the posture they've taken against Donald Trump, because
Yes.
these are bullying tactics. So
100%.
It's also on X. You must see there's so many memes that have been created via AI to
Yes.
see, because he's saying he's going to move production all the way to America from China, right? So they've created these
Good
memes
luck
to
with
see
that.
how Americans are going to do.
Yeah, good luck with that. I know we do have a big Chinese community in South Africa. And like I said, for the longest of time, I think the world has been unfair to Chinese people and even the output of work that they produce for all of the world to consume. And I thought, let's open it up, because a lot of the time people are afraid to ask the questions, right? What is it, if you are a Chinese person living in South Africa, that you feel the world has done, like, not been fair towards you, not treated you right, labeled you a specific way, or I don't know, thought because you are Chinese, this is what you are like. So as soon as, the tag is different, it takes away the so-called luxury, but we know where it's made. In fact, we went as far as creating songs about, things not being real if they're made in China. Imagine. Again, an indoctrination down to our music. Like, this is what we were jamming to. Miss T, you're half Chinese.
Yes, I am.
And what were your experiences growing up?
My dad is Chinese. With my grandparents being Chinese, it was always number one assumed that we could speak Chinese. It was always just asked, well, where are you from? Where all of us were very much born in South Africa, or from immigration. But it was just assumed that you were always less than. And from my brother to myself, we obviously dealt with it differently. But it was at school, children asking, well, what did the Chinese people do because your population's so big?
Sure.
And just using derogatory terms, obviously, ching chong, assuming that you eat different foods. Like asking a 9-year-old child, oh, so you're having rabbit for dinner?
Sure.
So I think there's always been this possible illusion that racism is maybe black and white. But it definitely isn't.
And it's something not spoken about, right, Ms. T? Like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're right. So as soon as we think racism, it's either a white person's being racist to a black person or vice versa. And we don't think or speak about how Chinese people in South Africa are treated.
Absolutely. And I think we also forget, you go look at your tick boxes on a form. It goes black, white, Asian. What's Asian? Japanese, Thai, Indian, Russian. What is Asian? So already there's this assumed an umbrella term that you just want to box a whole lot of people into. So, yeah, it's not spoken about.
Out of interest, do you feel like there is cultural representation is what I was looking for of the Chinese community within South Africa?
I don't think adequately. Again, I think it's, you just put the Chinese people into Chinatown.
And they do that all over the world, Ms. T, right? And it's nothing anyone complains about. It's like a whole area is just called Chinatown, and that's that on that.
Yeah. And I think then you assume that any maybe higher class or increased education population just kind of fall into potentially the white group of community. But, under apartheid, the Chinese people were classified as black. And, you had to apply for special permits. You didn't go to the army. And that part of South African history, I think, is forgotten. And it is just that black and white.
Sure. Ms. T, thank you so much for your honesty and giving us a call.